It's always clarifying, inspirational, offers a clear path and direction whenever Father speaks. And I don't want to be redundant, but there are some core pieces I have to reinforce, if you will, on that. When I look at Jesuit education, when I look at the community that is fostered behind a community of adults who have been called to be here in a vocational sense, who find meaning working with kids, young men, when I look at a student body of kids, quite honestly, who have love in their heart because they come from wonderful families. You know, this is an atypical setting. There are schools 5 times the size of ours who couldn't get half of their parents in an auditorium to discuss a very important matter, enrollment, graduation, whatever. This speaks so loudly of the depth in our boys. We deal with different realities in Jesuit education. We're not dealing with just a maintenance, hygienic, cognitive, college prep piece. Yes, there is rigor. It is demanding. We are building confidence in our boys, and they build that confidence through achievement, by overcoming obstacles. We have an incredible extracurricular program. But the idea in that rigor, in that challenge, in that high expectation, is that there's support. There's a community of their brothers, and they're my brothers too, I have to tell you. There's a community of adults who have made that commitment to facilitate these young men on their journey. The core of Jesuit education is found in the heart of Jesus Christ. I look at that stained glass window above that back door, and every time I speak up here, I keep coming back to that. And it's hard sometimes for me to articulate that to 14 to 18-year-old young men. But what's so unique about this place is it's those deep relationships that form amongst this community. They are authentic. It is real, folks. It's like nothing I've ever seen. Father talked about the AMDG. It's the awakening of the human spirit. I'm still off center from this weekend. I've got numerous state titles behind me as a principal. I've never had one like this. What made it so special? Those young men that have committed those God-given talents, the families, the support that went into that, the leadership of Coach Goldman, the coming together of this community, and to see those young men, 500 and 600 kids, there to support the ideal of unity. Yeah, the vehicle was basketball. It could have easily been anything else. And that's what's so unique to me about this place. I view it as a faith response to God. I look at it as young men developing a living faith, a faith that's centered on charity, a faith that's centered on love. And it's kind of weird to be a man that's been over 30 years in education, and I can stand before these young men, your sons, in convocation and talk about those things. Talk about beauty and grace and love and blessings. We had an essay contest where the champions from the freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors wrote some pretty significant, deep thoughts about God and their faith as we celebrate the year of faith. And it's amazing to sit out here this morning and have a senior read his essay and profoundly speak to these boys about his faith. And no one snickers, no one laughs. There's respect. And one thing you're going to find about our community, it's a very reverent place. On a less of a, more of an academic school world, I call it the most civil school I've ever been in. It is a very calm and tranquil place, which I really believe is so important for effective learning to take place. But one thing I just want to leave you with, it may start off as somewhat of a challenge. We've got a lot of young men developing new social dynamics. And it is more of, it's not ready, aim, fire, it's ready, fire. They got to jump in. And we start off in kind of an informational piece, figuring out the lay of the land. And those formational experiences occurred, and the growth begins. And it's so cool to sit back and be on a journey and watch the transformation occur. It's real, It's the heart of Jesuit, and the Jesuits have this wrapped around their arms. And folks, all I want to just say to you is thank you for being here. You should be so proud of your boys for being admitted into this school. I too have a son in this school. I too realize that that packet I mailed to you may be a little bit of overwhelming data. We're going to clean that up, so bear with us. What we hope can happen tonight is we hear from these various individuals who have really the key pieces along the journey to get all the bureaucratic paper pieces squared away so we can start the fun activity, learning, and building those relationships and becoming a deeper community. One of the key individuals in the lives of our boys that's entering our school is our 9th grade counselor. And it's my privilege to introduce you to Ms. Eileen Charette.